This video is about review for fourth final. For 1A, the Home Shine factory produces light bulbs, 7% of which are found to be defective. Write down the probability that a light bulb produced by Home Shine is not defective. For this question, we are looking for a complementary event. So, not defective, which means 1 minus 7%, you will get 93%. Let's go to 1B. Francisco buys 2 light bulbs produced by Home Shine. Find the probability that both light bulbs are not defective. When not defective, the property is 93%. Then second one still 93%. This is a compound event. Therefore, you do multiplication, you will get 0.865. Remember 3 significant digits. 1C, find the probability that at least one of Francisco's light bulbs is defective. When you're talking about the at least, we use 1 minus. Neither is defective. So you will get 1 minus 0.865 equals 0.135. Let's go to 1D. The bright light factory also produces light bulb. The probability that a light bulb produced by light is not defective is A. So this person buys 3 light bulbs produced by bright light. Write down an expression in terms of A for the probability that at least, that's keywords, one of the 3 light bulbs is defective. At least we use 1 minus. None of the 3 lights is defective. So we will get 1 minus. It's not defective, that's A. But we have a 3. This is for 3. Therefore, you have A times A times A. So your answer will be 1 minus A to the 3rd power. Now let's go to 2A. In a company, it's found that 25% of the employees encountered traffic on their way to work. From those who countered traffic, the probability of being late for work is 80%. From those who didn't encounter traffic, the probability of being late for work is 15%. The tree diagram illustrates the information. Write down the value of A. From the tree diagram probability, this is the dot. Then all the branches you add in equals 1. Therefore, A equals 1 minus 0.80 equals 0.20. So A equals 0.20. For 2B, find the value of B. Yeah, from this point, we have these 2 as a branch. So adding equals 1, which means 1 minus 0.15 equals 0.85. B equals 0.85. Let's go to 2C. Use the tree diagram to find the probability that an employee encountered traffic and was late for the work. Encountered traffic, that means this one. And late, that's this one. So we use these two lines, we do multiplication. Therefore, for probability equals 0.25 times 0.80, you will get 0.20. Or you can just write down 0.2. Now let's go to 2D. Use the tree diagram to find the probability that employee was late for work. Late for work. From this tree diagram, you circle where you can find late for work. It's here and it's here. Then go through the line from which line you can go to late for work. I have one line like this. This is one line. Another line go this. Therefore, you have two lines. Then for each line you multiply, then you add. You will get this probability. So for probability for late for work, that equals here 0.25 times 0.80 plus 0.75, then multiply by 0.15. You will get 0.313. Or you can get the fraction that's 5/16. Let's go to 2E. Use the tree diagram to find the probability that an employee encountered traffic, given that they were late for work. Keywords is a given that, means this is a conditional probability. You will use this formula. Given that, when you write down the probability, this is a bar. So we have traffic, given that late. According to this formula, I can write down probability traffic and late over probability of late. We already got probability traffic and late. That equals 0.2. Probability of late, that's 5/16. So you will get 0.64, or you can write down the fraction. That is 16/25. Let's go to 2F. The company investigates the different means of transport used by their employees in the past year to travel to work. It was found that the three most common means of transport used to travel to work were public transportation, car, and a bicycle. The company finds that 20 employees traveled by car. 28 travel by bicycle, 19 travel by public transportation in the last year. Some of the information is shown in the Venn diagram. Find the value of X. Before we work this Venn diagram problem out, let's look at some concept in the Venn diagram. First of all, remember that what's each number stand for. For this A, you have two ways to say that. That's in set A but not in set B, C. Or you can say only in set A. For this C means only in set B, or in set B but not in sets A or C. For this G, you will see only in set C or in set C but not sets A or B. Now go to this B. That means in set A and B, but not in set C. Or sometimes people will see only in set A and B. So for this D means only in set A and C. For this, you will see only in set B and C. So for this F means in all three sets. This H not in any of the three sets. So you have to know how to see this number. For example, like this Y, that means people only take public transportation. For C, that means people only travel by car. For 13 means only travel by bicycle. For this 8 means those people who only take a bus and a car. For this X means those people who only take public transportation and bicycle. For this 2 means only take public transportation and a car. This 4 means will take all of this. So for set A, that means all this number adding together, A plus B plus D plus F. For this kind of question, you see the public transportation. How many people? It will be X plus Y plus 2 plus 4. And the number of people who take a bus, that means 4 plus 8 plus 13 plus X. Number of people take a car, that is 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 6. From the given information, 20 employees travel by car. So this is 20. 28 travel by bicycle. This is 28. 19 travel by public. So this equals 19. Therefore, how you get the X? You got to use this equation. X equals 28 minus 4 minus 8 minus 13. You will get 3. And find the value of Y. We got to use this. That Y equals 19 minus X will be 3. So minus 3 minus 2 minus 4 equals 10. Go to 2H. There are 54 employees in the company. Find the number of employees who in the last year didn't travel to work by car, bicycle, or public transportation. So basically, I'm looking for this Z. For the Z, you can use 54 minus all this number. But we do know for B, that is this circle. That's 28. Then minus 10 minus 2 minus 6 equals 8. So this is 8. For 2I, find the number C union B that intersect P prime. We will do C union B first. So you have to do C here. This is all C. Then the B. Like this. Then intersect P prime. That means not P. I use the same color for you to see. Shade the area except this P. Let's see, this is P. Just don't shade this. Then just check which area is overlapped. You could say this area. So we add those numbers together. That equals 6 plus 8 plus 13. That is 27. Now let's go to 3a. Line L has y-intercept 0, 3. And x-intercept at 4, 0. As shown in the following diagram, find the gradient of L. You know the gradient means slope. In the formula booklet, you have this as a formula. So you have two ways to do that. You could say from here, as you go down, then go to right. So we have negative 3, positive 4. That is negative 3 over 4. Or you can use this formula. You can say 0, 3 and 4, 0. Label as x1, y1, x2, y2. So the slope equals 0 minus 3 over 4 minus 0 equals negative 3 over 4. Write down the equation of L in the form y equals mx plus c. So this is a y-intercept. That's 3. That's c equals 3. Slope is negative 3 over 4. So we can write down y equals negative 3 over 4 x plus 3. Let's go to 3c. Line N is perpendicular to L and pass through the point 2, 1. Write down the gradient of N. Perpendicular means do the opposite, and reciprocal. For this slope. Therefore, we have negative 3 over 4. Opposite means 3 over 4. Then reciprocal means 4 over 3. So slope of a normal line equals 4 over 3. If you are given the slope and also the point, we use y minus y1 equals slope x minus x1 to find the linear function. Therefore, we have p is 2, 1. That's your x1, y1. Slope, that's 4 over 3. So we have y minus 1 equals 4 over 3 x minus 2. Then we do distribution property. We have y minus 1 equals 4 over 3x minus 8 over 3. Then you add 1. Y equals 4 over 3x minus 5 over 3. Let's go to 4a. One high school has 110 students. They each take exactly one language class from a choice of English, Spanish, or Chinese. The following table shows the number of female and male students in the 3 different language classes. A chi-square test was carried out at the 5% significance level to analyze the relationship between gender and the student's choice of language class. Write down the null hypothesis HO for this test. When you write down the null hypothesis using the sentence Y is independent of X, we call this is a null hypothesis. We have a alternative hypothesis. We say Y is dependent of X, or you will say not independent of X. For this problem, language choice, that is Y. The student's gender is X. Therefore, we will say for null hypothesis, language choice is independent of student gender. State the number of degrees of freedom. That equals the column minus 1 times the number of row minus 1. So we have 3 column, 2 rows. That is 2. For 4C, use a graphic display calculator to write down the expected frequency of female students who chose to take the Chinese class. You have to know without graphing calculator how to figure out the expected frequency table. Now I will show you how to figure out the expected frequency table from the given information. So for female and English, you will check the total. That means this number you multiply divided by 110. So we do 46 times 43 over 110. For Spanish and female, you will do 22 and 43 multiply, then divided by 110. For Chinese and female, you will do 42 times 43 divided by 110. Then use the same way you can figure out the male and English. So using this way, you will set up this expected frequency table. But for 4C, they ask you to use a graphing calculator. Here's the way how to do that. You put this number into matrix. Then go to math, find the tests. That's say chi-square test. Put the enter. Then you will get the chi-square equals 8.69. And this p-value 0.0130. And a degree of freedom, they give you 2. So you can find the degree of freedom from the graphing calculator. Then you go back to matrix for B. They give you the expected frequency table. We are looking for female and also Chinese class. female Chinese class is this here. So the expected frequency will be 16.4. Now let's go to 4D. Find the chi-square test that equals 8.69. For 4E, the critical value at 5% significance level for this test is 5.99. State whether or not HO should be rejected. Justify your statement. Here's the way how to remember it's reject or not. We have this one. Suppose this is a critical value and a chi-square value will be the horizontal x-axis. This area we call rejection region. When this chi-square greater than k, which means they will fall on this rejection region. So H0 rejected. When chi-square less than this critical value, then this null hypothesis means HO is accepted. Also, we know the area stands for the probability. That is a 5% significance level. So I use alpha stand for that. 5%. For this problem, that equals 0.05. If this P you compare to this alpha, when this P less than this alpha means this area includes this P. So HO, the null hypothesis rejected. When P greater than alpha, which means the area will be greater than the given area. In other words, it won't fall on the rejection region. So HO is accepted. We know this chi-square is 8.69 greater than 5.99. So HO is rejected. For F, one student is chosen at random from this school. Find the probability that the student doesn't take the Spanish class. From the table, we could see that 22 students take Spanish, which means 110 minus 22 not take Spanish. That equals, this is 8. Here's 88. So the probability you will get 88 over 110. For G, another student is chosen at random from this school. Find the probability neither of the two students take Spanish. If you know how many people, then you have to use dependent properties. So first one is 82 over 110. The second one, it will be 87 over 109. Then we do multiplication. You will get 0.639. For 4H, find the probability that at least one of the two students is a female. From this table, we know not female, we use 110 minus 43 equals 67. At least we have to use 1 minus. Neither is a female, so we use this one, get 0.631.